All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Daily December 2022, Day 13. I had an interesting idea for a video. However, it's going to take longer to film than I have because it is officially 11:17 on the 13th, and I need to have a video out today, or I don't have a video out on this day. So yeah, I had an idea. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't know if I'll ever talk about it again. It was about marketing and getting money when you really need it and how that works, because those are things I'm familiar with, and it's too complicated and it felt weird. For those of you wondering, I am starting to feel better. You'll notice my eyes are still closed a lot. I'm not great, but I'm better, which is good. Tomorrow I'm running my Power Rangers game. I'm starting to finally be able to do a little bit of prep work for it, which is nice. So I'm happy about that. I had my therapy. I talked about it yesterday. I had conversation with my therapist on Monday, and we were able to work through some stuff that was nice. I still had a lot of stuff that wasn't nice, but so I'm just slowly getting over the panic attack and the conversion disorder bullshit that I have to deal with constantly, which is nice. I do sincerely appreciate everyone that commented on yesterday's video, and other people that reached out in various ways. I do everything I can to reply to every single comment that is posted on this channel, because I'm not big enough where that's impossible. I hope that I will eventually reach a point where I can't reply to every single comment, because there's just so many people commenting. That would be a really cool problem to have. I'm not at that point. However, anyone that posted yesterday, have not replied to it because I simply was not in a state of mind to be able to reply to any of those. I was that bad. So consider this my kind of blanket reply to all of you, and forgive me for not actually replying. I sincerely appreciate all the kind thoughts and words. It really is a huge deal for someone like me that struggles with self-worth, and specifically, and this is something that over years of therapy I've discovered, I have massive abandonment issues. And it has boiled over into every relationship I've ever had. I am constantly terrified that people are just going to leave me, and a lot of it kind of goes back to, it's weird that I still remember this because it happened so long ago, but in the 7th grade, I don't even remember why it happened, but in the 7th grade, something happened that I was always unpopular. Like, I've never been popular. It was the weirdest thing too, because after I got out of high school and I reconnected with some friends after I dropped out of college, all of them seemed very, very, because I hung out with the outcasts of society, and all of them seemed very surprised that I considered myself uncool. It was like, oh, you were friends with all these cool people. I said, no, I wasn't. Well, you were friends with this person. I said, no, I wasn't. I was in a show with them. They didn't like me. That was acting. Like, we never spoke off stage. And the few people that I was friends with generally didn't associate with me outside of our very small friend group, because I was horrible for friendships. Like, when people found out I was your friend, they would stop being your friend. That's how bad I was a virus to friendship. And I never figured out why. To this day, I don't know why. I was just so massively unpopular. I just was. So what ended up happening in the 7th grade, something happened that I cannot remember, but literally every friend I had, aside from one, my buddy Kleckstar, every single one of them told me flat out, we can't be friends with you anymore. Don't talk to us. Don't say anything to us. And I don't think I ever figured out what it was that happened, but it might have been that I just pissed off a cool kid or something and they put like a black mark on me because politics was alive and well at the school I went to. But yeah, so I lost everybody that I thought cared about me. And for the rest of 7th grade going into 8th grade, I was untouchable. And not untouchable as in we're the untouchables, don't mess with us. I mean, I was a leper. You couldn't talk to me. You couldn't say things about me. If you were caught conversing with me, if you didn't immediately switch over to insults or some way to put me down, you would be ostracized. And I watched it happen to a lot of people. So that combined with huge inferiority complexes and PTSD from horrible things that happened in my childhood. I have really, really large abandonment issues and self-worth issues. And so I constantly feel like my friends tolerate me. And it's just going to take one big screw up. Or not even a big one. It's just going to take one misstep for all of them to go, you know what, this really isn't worth it anymore. You know, I tolerated you because you were funny sometimes, or I tolerated you because you were useful to me at this point. You're not useful to me anymore, so be gone. I don't need you anymore. And that is a real thing that I'm going through therapy to deal with. It is a remarkably difficult thing to unlearn. And so those little words and things like that, as trivial as they sound and as useless as they feel when you're typing them up, they're such a they break the track that my brain is on. And this is true for a lot of people that deal with very similar things, because my particular neuroses are not unique. I know a lot of people that deal with these same feelings, these where they feel like a fraud, they feel like, you know, imposter syndrome is the term. You know, that nothing you do is actually you're worth any of the stuff that you get. It's all a massive mistake. All of your friends don't know who you really are, and if they did know who you really are, they wouldn't be your friends. Things like that. That is a remarkably common thing, especially for people with depression and anxiety. And so, yeah, as much as it feels like kind of a useless gesture, when we see people go out of their way to say nice things, especially on a place like mine where most of my videos get 0 comments. So any comments on my videos are a big deal to me, because that means someone watched long enough to actually care about it. And my brain can't come up with a mental gymnastics to refute that this is like a lot of other things. My brain can come up with great reasons why these people actually hate me. And if I give it long enough, it will always come up with a reason why. Well, they did this because of this. Oh no, it's not that they like you. It's that you're useful to them in here, here, and here. And if they don't say this, they're worried that they'll no longer get the benefit that you are giving them. And as long as you give them that benefit, they'll stay there. But as soon as you can't give them that benefit anymore, they'll be gone. Like, my brain can do that like that. It is a master. But these comments themselves, for whatever reason, my brain has a real hard time coming up with reasons why you guys are lying when you say nice things about me in comments. And again, eventually my brain will come up with a reason why. But in the short term, it's really nice. And it does massively change how things work. As much as it is 100% self-serving for me to say this, because comments are engagement and the YouTube algorithm likes engagement, they really are, when you guys say nice things, it really, really does make a big difference. And it's not just to me. Again, my situation is unique in the fact that I am the only person that has dealt with everything that I have dealt with in my life, which is true about everybody. Your life is unique. Every single person's life is unique. But the thought processes are not. Depression doesn't have a whole lot of tricks in its book, because it doesn't need them. The few tricks that it does have are super, super effective. If you think about Remember the Titans, there's a scene where Denzel Washington is talking with, because I think he was coach of the defense. He was the defensive coach. And so he's coming over and he's handing out the playbook that he uses. And he goes, just wanted to let you guys know what defense is going to be doing. And they go, that's an awful small playbook. Or he might have been the offensive coach. I have no idea. I don't remember the movie that well. It's a good movie. But the line is, it works just like Novocaine. Give it enough time, it always works. And that's how depression works. It doesn't have a really big playbook because it doesn't need it. It's just like Novocaine. Give it enough time, it always works. So when I say these comments really, really mean a lot to me, they mean a lot to everyone like me. And I'm going to give you guys a secret insider tip from one YouTuber that's been doing this for almost a decade. Most people on YouTube have struggles with depression and anxiety. Most performers in general struggle with depression and anxiety. They've done studies. The entertainment industry has more occurrences of mental health problems than almost any other industry, aside from, I think management is really, really high up there, though I'm not 100% certain. And then there's a few others that are just really, really horrible things. Like I think I want to say miners and truckers are people that work. Truckers specifically, but people that work in the north and things like that, where it's dark all the time when they're driving, they have really high mental health, bad mental health rates. So, anyway, what I am saying is, I sincerely appreciate everything that you guys have said, and it does mean a lot. It really, really, really does. I cannot say that enough. And it doesn't just mean a lot to me. If you know other people, even if they don't look like they're struggling, they are. Especially this to the time of year. This is a really bad time of year for depression. So anyone that you follow on YouTube, anyone that you watch on Twitch, you follow on Twitter, whatever, say something nice to them. Doesn't have to be super profound or anything like that, but hey, I really enjoyed your video today, or hey, I really like you as a person, and I hope things go well for you. It is a massive, massive thing. It really is. So, anyway, that's going to be all for me today. I'll see you guys another next time. All right? Bye-bye.